All right, Edgar the puppet, come on down. Edgar, hurry, get your ass up here. We love Edgar. We got to get to Edgar.
Hey, Alex, can I come up? Can I just fucking come
I
up
guess.
here?
Just come up. Yeah,
Let me switch hands because my spirit animal has to adjust.
Don't suck. Just come up here, Edgar. Gosh dang it. We only have so much time.
Give it up, guys.
Give it up. We got a couple other names we have to pull. So give it up for Edgar the puppet.
You think he's
a racist blue puppet, sexist, misogynistic puppet. Nice. We love him. Okay, what do you got for us?
Greetings, bitches. I represent Ask America with Edgar, the number one fascist puppet show in D.C. It is a YouTube channel. Thank you for inviting me up here. Please do not pay attention to my spirit animal here. He has nothing important to say. It is all me. Okay, listen. I just want to say the problem is I side with the hotties on the far right side, Kat and Kyla, absolutely 100%. I'm against this Saudi Arabian virgin right here. Absolutely. Sorry, Myron. You know, listen, I believe the problem is not feminism. The problem is the feminization of men. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Men, you have to take ownership of your own problems, and I want 100% tariff on cuck chairs until we figure out what the hell is going on.
Wait, Myron, that's a good point. What do you think about all these men that are cucks in this? That's like a normalizing Destiny.
Yeah.
That's a weird thing that's normalized.
Yeah.
Look, I like Destiny, but
but he's a cuck. Yeah. I know, but he sucks.
Yeah, he does. He sucks acres of Myron.
He does girls and shares and guys, so he's like a
his own face if given the opportunity, Myron.
And his own son hates him and thinks he's a retard, but I know he's a really
I feel like Alex needs to talk to Destiny.
You don't like Destiny. Weak men. What's
I like him. I think he's awesome. His son hates him.
Sure.
Wait, Myron.
Yeah.
Myron, can we talk about the great uncucking of Alex Stein, who up to a few months ago, until he decided to lose weight, was a complete grotty unfuckable who no one
That's
run
not true. I got more than that puppet ever got.
No. You abusive bitch.
I am.
No one would even get near you.
Weight, but I was fucking when I was fat. I just want that known.
You gave up bread and sugar. You gave up bread and sugar.
Better now.
No, you gave up 40 pounds. You used to be a fat, disgusting fuck, and I'm so proud of you, man.
Thank you.
I love you.
It actually feels good.
You're the only
puppet.
Alex Stein is the only man who can put his hand in my puppet hole with consent.
And it's not gay.
Let me. I want to address this. I want to say, there are. I'm sick of. Who was it? Was it Carl Benjamin who said all these guys online complaining about women? Stop acting like fucking women. Like the point he's making is that they go online and say, oh, women do this, women do that. It's like, stop fucking complaining. You're a man. Okay? Yeah. Go carve yourself out of stone, get shoved in the mud, and crawl until you make something of yourself, and stop bitching about everybody else.
All right, exactly. And Angelina Belcamino, come on down. Oh. She'll kick you off. Come on down. Come on down.
I love her.
What do you got? You can say something. No, Edgar, you can say something to her. She's 40, no kids.
Yeah, look, I believe I'm the perfect person to bridge this divide because I'm ostensibly...
Come on.
Wait, I'm ostensibly male, but I never feel so alive as when a man is inside me. So...
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. I'll be here all week.
I'm so glad conservatives
Ask America with Edgar.
comedy.
Subscribe on YouTube, you bitches.
Bold lib joining us.
Come on, bold lib. Give it up for Edgar. The boldest lib on the internet.
Hello.
What do you got for us?
Well, first of all, I'm sitting next to Myron, so, I want to say, the world is healing. I have a question for you, Tim. I wanted to know if a woman was working like you were dealing with at the casino last night, if your issue would have been resolved.
If a woman was working?
Yeah,
what do you mean?
That you were going to with the problem you were having.
It was both men and women who told me to go fuck myself.
Okay, so no one helped you. Okay.
I feel like men are better managers than women. Like a casino or something. Like casino employees are usually better as men, to be honest.
Why?
I don't know, because it's money. It's more masculine. There are female gamblers. Most pit bosses
I think
are men.
they sucked equally in different ways. And this is actually more of a robot question, because I'm not going to get into the full details of what happened, but basically a robot stole money from me. And it was and everybody looked, bro, it was a room full of managers with their thumbs up their asses being like, there's nothing we can do because the robot said so. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? So both men and women equally had their thumbs up their asses.
Okay, I was curious. I also wanted to push back on something that Myron said about...
Please, because let's talk about something interesting, not Tim's gambling addiction. Let's talk about...
Hey.
Come on, sorry, Tim.
We
You know,
disagree
just
with.
about women not knowing what they want. I wanted to push back on that and say I do know what I want, and it's not that.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Like, I don't want to hear that I'm stupid and weak and things like. I'm having a
Well,
hard
women
time
don't like the truth,
understanding
so
how
yeah.
you're so good at empathy when you know.
Yeah, women don't tend to like the truth, which is fine. No big deal. I'll just continue to be toxically masculine, and women love that. So
Well, I got a question.
Do they?
Like, real quick.
Yeah.
What-
Actually, but women love guys that like can tell them that they're dumb and
Well,
to
hold
shut
on.
up and to be be assertive.
But
No, they
wait,
don't.
here's an honest question.
Yeah.
What % of women actually prefer to be submissive and dominated by men who are aggressive with them? It's an honest question.
I mean, it's not me. I don't know the statistics on that. I don't know. If
Women are more subby-wubby than they are, but the issue is like being a sub is not the same thing as being like abused and berated.
I don't
Like,
know,
these
Bernie-
are not the same thing.
Bernie Sanders wrote about that, how women like to go home and fantasize about being raped.
Yes.
They do, right? Like, and in the same way that like men like to fantasize about like fucking like magical like troll girls. Like, yes, we all fantasize about weird, stupid shit, right? The issue is that like in the case of like my marriage, okay, yeah, my husband is my leader and I respect him, but part of why I feel that way towards Nick is because he respects me, he cares about me. When we disagree and it comes to like who's gonna be right, I know that like 9 times out of 10 he like has my best interest in mind. It's not just because he's like this male superior. And I hear like a lot of these men being like, yeah, men do need to
No,
toughen
he is
up.
superior.
But then you're also
because
like,
you're deferring to his authority. See, women don't want to acknowledge the fact that
You can
they
ask
want a
him.
guy that can tell them what to do and can make the decision. Women want to sit there and be like, oh, well, we're equal. But in reality, when push comes to shove, they want to be able to
well,
follow
the
your
issue,
lead.
Myron,
That's why I don't
is
listen
that
to women and what
I'm
they
able
gotta
to
say.
look at
They
the
don't know what
world
they're talking about.
and recognize
They
that
don't.
some people are good at some things and other people are good at other things. And both of these people have
Women
moral
suck
value.
at everything that matters.
That's not
They
true.
suck at
Have a
everything that
fucking
matters.
baby.
They-
Good luck.
That's the only thing you can do, and you still need a man for that.
Oh,
I'm
it's
gonna-
almost
I'm
like
gonna-
raising a child is the
What the
most
hell?
important thing for society. Haven't we been talking about declining birth rates and how important child
Yeah, so-
rearing is? And now all of a sudden it's be like, oh, all they are
Yeah,
good
but
for
you
is
need
a
a man
womb.
for that.
Then
Like,
buy a
and
womb.
anything where both men and women can compete and both of them can actually do it, men are better.
I would argue this, like
not
for my
true.
marriage, it's I'm basically in charge of externalities. He's in charge of internality, like internal issues. So when it comes to what she needs for the baby, what she needs for the house, where we're going on vacation, who we're seeing for holidays, I just say, you know what, I have no idea. That's up to you. But when it comes to calling lawyers, dealing with bullshit, getting shit done, I'm gonna go and fight. I put it like this: I'm gonna fight the grizzly bear if it shows up with my bare hands,
Yeah.
and then die. You save the baby.
Yeah, you delegate authorities, but that's a part of being a man and being a leader. This is why, like, when a woman's in a leadership role, it's a problem for the relationship. It's probably not going to last. Women want a guy who's going to be assertive, dominant, taller, stronger, everything. They try to sit there and say, I'm equal to you, but they're really not. They're inferior, and they want to feel inferior.
I disagree though. Like, I've been in a lot of relationships where we handle the conflicts.
Okay,
Like,
where are those guys now?
Well, that's a problem with
Well, hold on,
them.
hold on,
That's a
hold
problem
on.
with them, not
The
a problem
real-
with
I've been in a lot of
me.
relationships.
The real, no,
Okay,
the
where
real,
the niggas at now?
the
Oh.
nuanced answer, the real answer is that probably 80% of people do prefer a gender traditional relationship, and that's totally fine. I have no issue with people wanting gender traditional relationships. The problem with your worldview is there's no space for anything else, and the reality is that non-gender traditional relationships just do exist and can flourish.
No, because I understand that women can't make
Like
their own decisions, so
polycules.
I have to do it for them. So you'll sit there and say, oh, 80% is actually higher than that, because the reality
It's
is
not.
women are attracted to men that are better than them. That's how it is.
Now you have to
All of
fight
that
with
going for
all
you.
of science and, data.
my
You're
bad for
just
treating
wrong.
you guys how you want to
Wait,
be
wait.
treated, which is inferior.
How
That's
come?
what it is.
How come whenever there's a polycule, the woman's always like fat, and the guys are all weird looking?
I've seen a lot of polycules that are like one man, 2 women, and everyone's kind of hot. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know. The ones we see online, it's always like some big fat chick with 3 fat guys.
Yeah, it turns out
And these
not
women
everything
are-
you see online is
I would
real.
also say that there's a huge
internet is
difference.
true.
There's a huge difference between being assertive and being a leader, and just calling women stupid and hoes over and over again. If anything, that's weak, and it's really kind of boring.
Well, and this is, I'm not even trying to argue.
it's like,
Myron
what-
saying-
All I
What's her
heard was
face?
womp, womp, womp,
Who's that
womp,
chick
womp, womp,
with the YouTube channel where all she
Like-
does say women
That's
suck?
boring too.
Yeah, but Kat, you
Pearl,
know,
that's right.
there is something
Shout out.
kind of like inherently, even from a young age, when guys would bully girls, it meant they liked them. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like,
So you're saying Myron likes me?
yeah.
Well, you started with me
Honestly,
first, so I
yeah.
think it's the other way around.
I know that sounds weird. It sounds
She's gonna attack me
counterproductive, but that's
first.
kind of like a thing. So I think Myron likes women, but it's like this weird thing that if you attack them, that makes them
strong
like
men
you
can't
back.
be honest about their feelings. Got it.
Kind of.
Uh-oh.
It is hard, and because this is another
started
thing.
with me.
Well, one thing I will tell you guys: never cry in front of your girlfriend. You're a if you do
Never
that.
do that.
You know, like there's
Never do
certain
it, guys.
things. You
They'll sit there, she'll
Wait,
say,
wait,
oh, you,
the-
can
there's-
be vulnerable in front of me, and then she'll use it against you a year later.
cry.
There's only
I don't know
one
what to
time.
do. Get out of those
There's only
relationships.
one time a man is allowed to cry
A family death.
in front of a woman is when your dog dies.
Yeah, dog
That's it.
dying,
Nothing
yeah,
else.
Yeah. your dog dies, you can cry, but
Yes.
go cry in the bathroom. All right, wait, stay up here, Angela. But Tiani, is that Tiani? Is Tiani here? Maybe we can get in one more female before the end of the night. Give it up for Tiani. Come on down. I hope you got something good. You got 1 minute. You got the bold lib, Myron Gaines, Cat Timpf, and NotSoErudite. What do you got for us?
Okay, so if we as a society want to get back to traditional values and a strong nuclear family, how are we supposed to do that when we lack strong male role models in the public eye, especially when we've got public figures with strong influence amongst young men and boys who are constantly like criticizing 304s, but like bragging about.
What do you mean? You got Andrew Tate.
No, but we've also got Myron Gaines.
Let's see what Myron has to say. What do you got, Myron?
Well, I think what we tell guys, if you watch the content, we talk a lot about self-improvement, going in the gym, understanding that, you got to be the best version of yourself, and then, obviously pursue the women after you become that complete package, because nowadays with the way hypergamy is, women don't want average men anymore. So we're very vocal about that. I think people only look at the content of me debating, women or whatever, but they don't look at all the self-improvement content I put out on, improving your credit, real estate investing, getting in the gym and
No,
training.
I've seen a lot of that, and
And
I agree with
Israel.
you on a lot of things. But
Yes, and how
but
Jews
I don't
control
agree-
everything.
I don't agree with you like having
That
multiple
too.
women, but like because I know that you believe in like a strong father figure and
Yes.
and traditional values, but you just don't practice that. So that's what.
Well, here's the thing.
It's
No.
just
Well,
hypocritical.
here's the thing. What I teach guys is you need to get in a position where you choose what you want to do. If you want to go ahead and have 10 girlfriends, you can. If you want to go ahead and be a monogamous guy and live a certain lifestyle, you could do that too. But the point is that guy needs to get to a position where he can make that choice.
If you had a daughter, would you be okay with that?
I
Would
mean,
you
if
be
I had a
okay
daughter,
with-
I'd have. I mean,
would you be okay with her being with a man that has 10 different women?
Yes. And I'll tell you why, because that's reality, right? Because like this is the ugly part that women don't like to understand.
Neither do men.
Bro,
you can have a
Myron will
higher
become the
status guy.
Punisher if that happens.
Well, here's the thing. I have to be honest with her. The reality is that women think that they're going to have a higher status guy all to themselves. It just doesn't work that way most of the time.
That's not what women are. Women are dating in their socioeconomic status, in their age. Like women are just dating people in their social space. I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. You guys are wrong. Just go look up the data. The reality is that women are dating people in their social sphere. This is why warm approaches are good and Tinder is AIDS. You shouldn't go on Tinder, by the way. But when you
agree.
talk about who you're marrying, it's people in your social space with similar values and similar socioeconomic
See,
status.
this is why you
every
never
single
listen to
time.
women's dating. No one cares. The reality is
science
women are
is really
hypergamous.
spooky.
No, because here's the thing. A study's not going to replicate this. The reality is women have access to higher status guys via the internet, via Instagram, etc. So you might
Studies
meet a girl
can
right?
replicate this. Literally walk me through the process of how a scientific study can't capture which socioeconomic status people are marrying within.
Again,
Literally tell me the science that
marrying
can't do
within
it.
and then having access to and dating, etc., are two different things. So what I'm trying to explain here is that regular women have access to above average men. A girl, a lot of the times, especially if she's attractive to some degree, has probably dated an NBA player or met with a celebrity or whatever. Women
What
have
percentage of
way
women do you
more
think have
access.
met or dated
women
an
have
NBA
way more
player?
sexual access to men than men have to women. So what I'm saying is that shapes the way they view men. That shapes how what they think they deserve. That shapes their worldview a lot of the times. If a girl dates an NBA player, she's gonna think, damn, I qualify for this level of guy. Average men are no longer worth it because women have a perpetual mindset of the grass is greener on the other side. So that's what I'm trying to say. So my thing is I tell guys, be the grass on the other side that's greener. Be the more attractive guy because it's going to be extremely competitive for you. And then I want the guy to be able to decide what he wants to do. You want to be monogamous in a Christian relationship? Fantastic. Go do it. You want to go ahead and have a bunch of girls? Go do it. My thing is I want men to have the choice, not women. Because when women have the choice, they ruin your fucking life.
We got a
What it
couple
is.
people up. We gotta
Tiani,
get to.
thank you so much. Now, one of our last people, Noah Sanders. Come on down. Hopefully we can get through. We love Noah. Come on. Come on down, Noah. Hopefully we can get through one or two more before we go. What do you got for us, Noah?
All right. Thank you all for coming out here tonight. I'm up here from Atlanta, so I'm very glad I could make it up here.
Thank you, Noah, for coming
So,
down.
with second wave feminism, women were encouraged to get jobs and have careers, and that's a great thing that they have that option. But due to that, the workforce was doubled overnight. That caused more workers competing for jobs, driving down overall wages. That led to the standard of dual income households, making it nearly impossible for a sole breadwinner to own a home or raise a family. Do y'all believe that, coupled with modern feminism not promoting long-term relationships or marriages, that it has all ultimately led to the economic struggles that we as young people are facing today?
Yes.
No, absolutely not. And I'm so glad you brought up the economy. All right. Not only is it inevitable that women are going to enter the workforce, it was necessary because you have to compete as an economy at a global market. And it's very, very important that your GDP is globally competitive. If everyone else lets women enter into the workforce, which inevitably is going to happen if you're globally competing, increasing your labor product by 50% is an explosion when it comes to economic momentum, things like productivity. The reality is that women being in the workforce is a major part of what has led to the American predominance of the economy. It's just going to be a good thing.
Planes crashing.
It's not at the cost of your children. Your children have a higher quality of life than they've ever had. Why are you blaming women when you should be mad at? Just come up.
We can't hear you. Go grab the mic. If you have a point. Wait, do you have a point? Get up and go on the mic real quick. And then Taylor Lorenz's ex, come on down. You're going to be our last one. If you want to say something, get on the mic back there. We like a aggressive female like you.
We're
all right, what do you have for us? Thank you, Noah. We love you, Noah. That you made some great points.
We already said we don't like men.
All right, get on the mic.
I'm here because my husband, Eric McCartney, watches y'all show. I yell at him like, we need a date night. And he watches y'all shit. This is our fucking date night.
Yeah, the man's making the decisions, obviously.
Dead ass. I'm a supportive woman. Okay? We've raised 9 children between us. Yours, mine, ours, and theirs. 3 biological. Okay? I understand what y'all saying. Yes, women, we deserve a right to go to work. We own our house because I worked hard enough to buy it myself. But we cannot be legally married because America no longer supports family fucking households.
Wait, so you
if you're married to your husband,
why
guess
can't you
what?
be married?
You get less benefits.
Why can't
Wait,
you?
so
No matter
you're
how much
committing,
you work.
you're committing social
I
services
worked my
fraud?
ass off. My parents were crackheads and
You're
heroin
going to go to
addicts.
jail, ma'am.
I was in foster care.
Millions of people
I
watch
worked
this
my
podcast.
ass off to get my house. I bought my house in my name, but guess what? My husband pays for it. Once I worked hard enough, I
mortgage
sat
fraud
down
is a
and now
crime,
I'm allowed to
and we
take
don't
care
need
of
to.
my kids.
I still. Why can't
You know
you be
what I
married?
mean?
I don't know. I have no idea what
The
you mean.
system of welfare benefits
I know
favors
you
single
don't,
women.
because you're like a little cutesy bitch that's probably cat.
I don't know why you're so
understand
mad.
that, But I'm from Baltimore, bitch. I came from the bottom and I worked my way up.
That's awesome.
Give it up for her. All right, go sit down.
What true feminism is you find a man that you know
Okay, can I ask
will
you a
support
question?
you. You work hard enough to hold your own
Can
shit
I
down,
ask you
and
a
they're
question?
like, "Oh yes, bitch, I
Okay.
got you."
Okay.
That's
great.
what it boils down to.
Why is a
Like, I'm
competitive
sorry if you
GDP
don't get
important?
that. I'm sorry,
Okay.
I bumped you.
Why is a competitive GDP important for a country?
Huh?
Why is a competitive GDP important for a country?
This bitch is drunk.
You
She didn't know
wanna
shit
talk
about
all
GDP.
that shit, but that ain't real reality of America, honey. I'm an American.
I'm
Yeah.
just gonna be asking the same question.
Let's see the green card first.
On your little thing. But
love
I'm
that
talking
argument.
about the everyday
Graph go up.
American that works every
It's not the
fucking
argument.
day.
All right, thank you so much.
No, it's
Thank you.
competitive.
Added a lot.
Graph
Go up.
Why?
Guys.
I'll ask you, Tim. If you're saying it's graph, it's not graph go up. I'm not saying just have a bigger GDP. I'm saying competitive. A competitive GDP. Why does that matter?
When you have no kids, it doesn't.
Why does it matter for a nation state to have a competitive GDP?
If you have no kids, it doesn't.
It absolutely does.
Not if you got no kids.
Yes, it does. We
Wait,
still have a population
okay,
of
real quick,
America.
guys. We're almost
can
done.
import the
Taylor
third world.
Lorenz. We wanted our one
Right.
transgender representative because we need that.
All right, Assassin's
before we
Creed, you
end
got
the
1
show.
minute.
Taylor Lorenz, are you here? Is Taylor Lorenz X here? Oh, yeah, there you go. God, that mask. You look so fucking scary.
First off,
Antifa.
let me say I'm not wearing a spicy vest. The American left has been getting pretty cozy with Muslim and Islam culture, and that seems to be in direct conflict with their pet issues of feminism and LGBT. As a center-right leaning transsexual myself, I am concerned about the mainstreaming of Islam and eventually Sharia law in this country. And to tie it back into today's theme, I would imagine feminists would have similar feelings. How does this conflict work itself out? I feel that the left is just using feminism and LGBT as disposable weapons, useful only when they align with their political goals. What do you all think?
Go sit down, Taylor. Don't land on your balls when you do. all right?
I think that is a really good point about how modern feminism is very deferential to Islam, which is weird.
Yeah, I agree. I'm extremely anti-Muslim. I think that Islam is extremely oppressive to women, and I'm not a fan of it. And I actually agree. I think it's an area that's third wave neglected. Fourth wave is actually a lot more attentive to it.
Yeah, feminism is mostly bad. We agree.
Is what?
What?
I just didn't hear you. All right.
Thanks for watching this clip from the Culture War podcast. We're live every Friday, 10 a.m. to noon, so subscribe and come hang out.